fact, dialing in the telecom sector now, relief for Reliance Jio. Sources in the Attorney General's office say that the spectrum usage charge for the company cannot be revised. Reliance won spectrum in 2010 auctions, remember, and the government adopted the new spectrum fee regime for auctions starting 2011. Ashmit Kumar is here with the details. Ashmit, what are you picking up?
Right, and what must come as a relief for Reliance Jio and a possible disappointment to some of the other telecom bellwethers. We understand that the Attorney General has submitted his opinion on the levy of SUC, the upward revision of SUC, of the spectrum usage charges with respect to the 2300 megahertz spectrum. We've learned from the AG's office that the Attorney General has clearly said in the opinion that there can be no upward revision or hiking of the SUC of 1% that had been prescribed as per the 2010 license agreement for 2300 megahertz spectrum. Now, here's the bone of contention. In the year 2010, 2300 megahertz spectrum, or otherwise known as the BWA spectrum, had been auctioned off. And at the time, the spectrum usage charge that was leviable was just 1%. Now, this was at sharp variance with the SUC being paid by the other telecom companies, which was in the range of 4 to 5%, which were also offering voice telephony services in various other spectrum bands. Now, to correct this anomaly, the Telecom Ministry, after consultation, had in fact arrived at a position whereby it sought a uniform rate of SUC that is applicable across various spectrum bands. Now, in pursuance of that, it had sought the legal opinion of the Attorney General, and here he has clearly stated that in his legal opinion, he believes that this move will not be legally tenable. He's argued in that opinion that it's quite clear that the 2010 license agreement, the NIA, the notice inviting application, none of these documents provide for any provisions which in fact would allow for an upward revision, which would allow for a hike, and such a decision to apply a uniform SUC rate will not be tenable in law, will not be tenable, would not be in line with the license agreement of 2010, and has hence been struck down, at least as far as the AG's opinion is concerned. So a move definitely coming in as relief for Reliance Jio, but possible disappointment as well for the other telecom companies, which in fact had been pushing for a uniform SUC rate across various spectrum bands. Back to you.
All right.